Hello, good morning to everyone. My name is Muhammad Syahmi bin Abdul Ghaffar. My matric number 930-506-03-5237-001. Today, I will talk about Malay traditional games in Malaysia and the benefits of playing them. Nowadays, traditional games were becoming unpopular among Malaysian children. The rise of technology such as smartphone and gaming console are making the traditional games being forgotten by the children. But as we speak, there are some traditional games still being played by the Malaysian children. In Malay culture, there are many types of traditional games that are very popular in Malaysia. These type of traditional games are different in terms of their own history, characteristic, and the reason people play the games. First of all, I will talk about a traditional game known as WOW. WOW is one of the popular traditional games in Malaysia, played since hundreds of years ago. WOW consists of authentic Malay motifs that can be seen in the form of patterns and the design available. Back then, villagers used to be believed that the vine symbolized a man's life and the flower represent a woman's life. This game is popular in rural areas, especially in the east coast of Malaysia, which is in Kelantan, Terengganu, and also in the northern state of Perlis and Kedah. WOW are usually played at the end of the harvest season as a form of distress after working in the fields. This is a game that tests the skills and efficiency of the player in making and flying the kites. Usually, this game will play by male adults and there are no fixed number of players. In fact, the more the merrier. WOW usually play in open areas, and this game requires a kite and a long string known as yarn. This game can also be played as a competition to choose the highest flying kite, the most skillful player in flying the kite that makes the best melodious sound, the most colorful kite, and the kite that flies in the straightest manner. There are three types of WOW known as WOW Bulan, WOW Kuching, and WOW Jalebudi. WOW Bulan, named for its croissant-like tail shape. Meanwhile, WOW Jalebudi, or known as woman kites, takes the curve of a woman, and WOW Kuching, named after a shape resembling a cat that is sitting from the rear corner, starting from the head, the body, and the tail of the cats. Next, spinning top, or known as gasing, is a traditional game in Malaysia played by children, mainly by young boys. Gasing originally comes from the state of Kelantan. At Kelantan, after the ripe harvest season, villagers will meet up and challenge one another in a round of gasing to test their skills. The villagers believe that by playing gasing, it will give them good harvest. Subsequently, gasing is played on a flat open area by children and adults. However, the gasing used by adults are much bigger in size and able to spin for a longer time compared to ones used by kids, which are smaller in size. Gasing is made of wood and weighs around 0.5 to 1.0 kilograms. The different shapes of gasing are plated shape, heart shape, head top, and berembang shape. Gasing berembang are named because it is made from freely accessible fruit on the seafront. The fruit is round, somewhat flat, and smooth. Meanwhile, Congkak also one of the most famous traditional games played in Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei, and some parts of Sumatra and Borneo. Congkak is considered as a game played for girls. Now, anyone can play it. Congkak is played with two players sitting in front of one another. Congkak boards are made of woods and the sides are carved into various shapes and sizes. The name Congkak is originally from the Malay words Congak that mean mental arithmetic. Basically, that is how the game works. It's all about mental calculation. One easy trick to win this game is that you must mentally calculate your next move in advance, and this will give you an extra advantage to collect points and win the game. In addition, agile hands are also one of the key factors to win this game. Playing traditional game gives many advantages to each player. One of it is that it boosts up our critical thinking skills. Playing traditional game requires us to use our brain ability to memorize and to calculate. As an example, by playing Congkak, it helps us to improve on our mental calculation. As to win that game, we must always calculate our next move, and that helps to increase our calculation skills. Therefore, this will help them to improve on their thinking skills at young age. Furthermore, by playing traditional games, children are exposed to the outside world and learn new things that they may not learn in class. Moreover, traditional games require body movement, such as swinging of the arms and jumping. This encourages the kids to exercise, and at the same time it improves their physical health. Hence, traditional games should not be forgotten today, as this traditional game has its own advantage for the young ones. So, in conclusion, there are many benefits can be gained when playing traditional game. It's possible to encourage and promote the traditional game to our children to avoid the traditional game from being forgotten by our society. Thank you for listening to my speech today. Have a good day, everyone.